Hey, shalom out there.
Shalom.
Brothers of Great Phone Charlotte coming out once again through the spirit, power, and mercy of Yahweh Shemashai. Alright, to teach, preach, and edify the coming to Babylon, the great America, and salvation of the nation of Israel, starting with the elect, we so-called blacks, Latino, Native Americans, and Hispanic. Alright, before we get started with this lesson, as always, we want to face the east and give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Akakudah. Double honors be unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us to and that do rule well. Peace, blessings, and mercy to the house of David. How about Yahweh for the elect? To you all, we say shalom.
Shalom.
All right. Week in and week out, we come out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon, the great America, which is forwarding the wickedness in this system. All right. Now, me and the brothers were discussing prior to the startup of the sermon about the information is coming out more and more that there are strings attached to these politicians. There are strings that are attached to these leaders, even amongst our people, as brothers have been sharing what had occurred at the DNC, that big ass shit show fiasco, where you had a circus act, where you had rappers and politicians, pretty much actors, right, trying to beguile the people to accept Kamala Harris as the new face of Babylon, right? But we're here to tell you, whether it's Kamala, whether it's Donald Trump, the Lord is coming to bring about exposure to show you that this system is wicked, man. The intent of this system is not driven by either of those individuals, okay? Again, they have strings that are attached to them, and they do the bidding of Esau Edom, starting first and foremost with the elite banking family, man. All right? Now, we want to focus on the APAC. If the brother could pull up right quick the APAC definition, the term APAC. Who are they? Right? Because, hey, we're in that time, right quick on while pull up that definition of Inquisition. We're in that time where the Lord is making an inquisition of the wicked. I want to get that scripture as well.
So the definition
Please get that scripture, huh?
Inquisition, in the Free Dictionary reads, the act of inquiring into a matter of investigation. It says, an investigation that violates the privacy or rights of individuals, especially through rigorous or harsh interrogation.
Yeah, read them for me.
It says, an investigation that violates the privacy or rights of individuals, especially through rigorous or harsh interrogation.
And that's what there's an investigation going on. The Inquisition against the Edomite, against the wicked. Right? So that investigation is going out by the prophets of Yahweh Shemashai. And to add on to that, whole Lamentations where it talks about let the sins of Edom be discovered, Lamentations 4, 122, and then finish your point, finish reading some more now.
It says, continuing on, a deep or searching inquiry, especially a ruthless official investigation of individuals in order to suppress, revolt, or root out the unorthodox.
Well, there's a ruthless investigation going on against Esau. And it's going on through the Spirit of the Lord, the Holy Spirit. All right, he's being exposed, he's being revealed at very high levels right now. Right? The scripture told us in 49 and 10 that Esau would be made bare and he wouldn't be no longer hide himself. So this is why, as brothers get into these reports that are going out, the investigation, the exposure of the wicked in this system in general. All right, the inner workings of this very system is being put on Front Street, and this place is not appearing to be the place that it was pushed to be. You know.
Got that precept of meditation?
Get that wisdom.
This is the book of Lamentations. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 21. That's right. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Yeah, the cup. The Lord said the cup is going to pass through unto thee. Right? Because we drink the cup as a nation. Right? You should not go unpunished, the scripture saying. Go ahead. It says, thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished. O daughter of Zion, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity. O daughter of Edom, he will discover thy sins. That's the point. He will discover thy sins. Can somebody get that in the blue letter? Let's see what it says. for that word discovery. Because that discovery, if you will, that's part of his inquisition. That's the investigation that's going on, all right, with the JOO and the Edomites alike, on down. The whole nation is being investigated, right, for crimes against the Lord's people, all right, and crimes essentially against humanity, the world.
It's the definition of the discover. It says, Psalms 15:40, Delah. It says to uncover, to remove, to depart. To uncover oneself, to discover or show oneself.
Yeah, discover oneself, to show. Right, as you brought out, you put out the Isaiah 25. Yeah, hold that on that. Keep going now.
It says to disclose, to discover, to lay bare.
To lay bare. Esau is being laid bare. Every level. Hollywood, the government. What else? Just your average, Edomite, man, that has some type of authority and power is being exposed. We see it everywhere, man. Pedophilia, that's another thing, man. All these high-profile Edomites, and the nigga that owned PlayStation, he got caught up. I think, I don't know if it was the guy with John's. It was one of them food chains.
Is it Jimmy John? Well,
Jimmy John.
He's pedophile too.
The one that you had to do that got caught with the dolphins and shit.
Yeah, that was Jimmy John.
Yeah, Jimmy John. It's just a bunch of wild shit with these Edomites.
Then you had the Edomite from the BBC that was doing the show.
Yeah, the BBC. Yeah, with the dogs, right? Yeah. Yeah, the dude from BBC. It came out from the head guy who was raping dogs to death.
Yeah, he had a shed out in the back where he was filming it, making dog snuff film.
Come on, man. Hey, when the scriptures say that these people are violating the earth, they are violating the earth, man.
All right.
Right?
This is why this is being brought up. Y'all want that wisdom?
Get that.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 1:9. For inquisition shall be made in the counsels of the ungodly.
See, inquisition shall be made to the councils of the ungodly, man. The councils, the powers that be are being thoroughly invested right now. They're being exposed. Go ahead.
And the sound of his word shall come unto the Lord for the manifestation of his wicked deeds.
Right, because hey, everything the scriptures say, reveal the sins of the wicked till thou find none. Roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah.
Right, every day it's a continuous, exposure of the man's system and his inner workings.
Right. That's why it says in the book of Luke how all things are being manifested. There are no more secrets because the Lord is unveiling everything. Show you how nasty and wicked this Edomite is, man. And as the brother Talmud was going into, Esau, Edom, mainly Amalek, they got things nasty hands and everything. All the problems in the earth all go back to them.
That's why the scriptures say in the book of Malachi, the first chapter, how they are the border of wickedness, man. The scriptures say what wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
That's right.
And that the wicked have spread themselves as a green bay tree. Amalek's ability to go out and self as a covert enforcer to push forth his policies and agenda is the root cause of a lot of these issues that's prominent in the world.
That's right.
For that fact.
Could you get Isaiah 5:7? This is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 10. But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall be able to hide himself. But when you go to that word bare, is chashap, and it means to be bare. It says to take off the cover. So it says, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors is not. It's pretty much like I was going into. This devil's being exposed, all the lies, the deceit. He's trying to hide behind you, and that's being exposed,
This is the book of Isaiah. Book of Isaiah, chapter 25, and verse 7. And he will destroy in his mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil spread over all nations.
All right, if I could mention too, Esau has a veil or a covering cast over everything. The people. All right, how everything came into creation. Pretty much everything. This kingdom has been put up in lies.
Right. So if I can add, because like the scriptures say that Satan has transformed himself into an angel of light. So him putting himself as so-called white people, all right, or as it says, the children of God, the Jewish, they have pretty much been able to take the scope off of them to see that they're not the problem. And as we're going into, all right, Amalek, Esau pretty much, he is the problem, man. All right, and so what we're seeing taking place with all these different media that are getting exposed, is that people are beginning to wake up to that fact. And they're losing control of the narrative. Like, you know, Eddie, that's what I'll go to. They're losing the information war, man. You know?
This is Revelation 2 and verse 9. I know thy works, elation and poverty, but thou art rich.
And this is speaking of the true the true Jews, the true Israelites, the sons of God, man. Which are you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. You are the true people of the Lord, man. All right? And we are harvest in this world, but we're truly rich, all right, in spirit, because we have all the blessings that's with us, man. Okay? That will prosper, man.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
Right, they are the sin of Satan. Right now, at the time when this was written to the church, I believe that church that this was written to was Smyrna, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. Yep, Smyrna. So, speaking of those Jews that were claiming to be upholding the heritage or weren't walking in the spirit, man. Right? But this is where that are claiming the identity of the children of the Most High.
Right. Like it had, it said the chief, the synagogue was saying, the synagogue goes into the chief house. All right. The chief house of Edom is who? Amalek. Yep. All right. They're the small house. They are that head tribe of Esau Edom. Yep. All right. So what these damn devils are being to find out is that they're the ones running everything, man. All right. Everything that America pushes forth is all sanctioned by Amalek, man. As the brother brought up the thing with the ADL, you know, all these different Amalek movements that set up that control the narrative, man. These things are being brought out, man.
Yep. Hey, we're in that time. Brother, to grab right quick Daniel, the 12th chapter, because knowledge is being increased.
That's right.
The understanding of the times and seasons that we're in is being increased, and the people that are responsible for the problems of the earth are brought to the forefront. That inquisition is pretty much put in each forefront. See, what you have is a term of covert white supremacy, but for the sake of edification, we'll call it Edomite supremacy. And then you have overt Edomites. So you have covert, which is favorable to Edom because he likes to play in the background. Right. He doesn't like to show his hand. Right? Just to speak about who shall see us. Right? His whole mindset is that he's going to be able to deal in spaces and he's not going to be able to be, right? But then you have overt Edomite supremacy, right? Which is where the system, you're able to see the intricacies and see how this system just blatantly set up for Esau to be able to put himself at the forefront, all right, at the demise of the people of Israel, right? Shunning information. But now, with the prophets being on the scene, speaking through the Holy Spirit, that inquisition is being made to counter his arguments, to counter his talking points. You get that precept?
I'm gonna chime in over here since the mic is still on this side. You know what I'm saying? It's picking up all this shit outside. Right.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12, and verse.
Scream when you talk, scream when you read.
Daniel 12 and verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal up the book, even to the time of the end.
Right, and we are in that time of the end. How do we know that we're in the end? The Lord gave accounts of things that will be happening in the end times to show his near, that his return is coming close. You read Matthew the 24th chapter,
right.
You read Luke the 21st chapter, Mark the 13th chapter. The prophets of old have all spoken of signs to look for of the end of times.
Second chapter.
Another way to let us know that we're in that end, because Esau Edom is being exposed, man.
Yep.
Because the main source of his power was his secrecy, all right, his deception, all right, and questioning him now. But we're at a point to where everything is being brought to the forefront to expose this man as being the devil.
Sure.
All right? You wouldn't dare hear people talking with people back then, man, because nobody looked at them as a problem, all right? Because you had the narrative of the Holocaust, all right, where everybody felt sorry for these motherfuckers, man. But at the end of the day, everything is being shown that, look, they lied about history, they lied about everything, man. All right? Who we are as the children of Israel, okay? Everything that's coming out is the Spirit of the Lord blasting these damn devils.
Yep.
Daniel 12 and 4, latter part. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
And knowledge shall be increased. So, as the brother priest was speaking about the deception of Edom, how he's gone throughout the earth lying, stealing, and destroying, there's a good amount of information that's coming out in these days that's showing forth that this is the devil Bible spoke of, man. the one that is adverse to nature, the one that is adverse, as the Quran was speaking of, that has pretty much committed crimes against humanity, crimes against you Israelites, stolen your identity and labeled it upon himself, man. Okay? And now we're starting to see who he truly is, right? Now we're starting to see that this devil who has masqueraded himself as a holy, upright citizen is really a vagabond that's been on the run going all the way back to Cain.
Spirit, I got that for you. All right. This is Genesis chapter 4. The point is in but we'll start at verse 14. Genesis 4 and verse 14. It says, "Behold, thou hast driven me out this day the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid." All right? Because the Lord is not dealing with Cain. It says, "And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me." It says, verse 15, "And the Lord Yahweh Shai said unto him, Therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord Yahweh Shai set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him."
Right. And that being with the sign of leprosy. Esau is a clean leper. Meaning that's why he has melanin in his skin. Blood shows forth through his skin. Okay? And that was a curse that the Most High placed upon him to indicate that this man is the man of sin. And as it said, he is a fugitive and a vagabond through the earth because as being a fugitive, he's running from judgment. He's been doing that, all right, since he came into power. But it says also vagabond. When you look up this word vagabond, it says wandering, unsteady. It says strolling about. So he went throughout the whole earth trying to hide himself. This is why he goes to different nations, he conquers them, he takes them over, he wipes them out, and then he puts himself as those people. All right, to try to get away from that. This is like when you go into the history, when Esau pretty much began to spread himself out. He went amongst the Hamite nations, was mingling with them, smelling his back. All right, and he's been trying to evade judgment ever since.
He has been brought to justice.
Nah, man. This nigga has crimes going back to the circle. You know?
Psalm 37 and verse 35. "I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a tree." So, like Chris was making mention, man, we see what Amalek is doing. We see what Esau is as a whole entirety, as a community. They spread their wickedness throughout the entire globe, man. Right? They come in and adopt other nations' customs and put them on as their own, and they try to, destroy the earth, man.
Yep. You see, that's the power of deception, right? If you read in the book of Revelation, matter of fact, your brother can hold that right now. You got a piece of blood.
This is Tahoyim Psalms 144 and verse 11. And it says, "Rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaks vanity, and their right hand is a falsehood." With your right hand is something that you rely on. So this devil relies on wickedness,
That was a part of him being sanctioned to come into power, was to push forth falsehood, to push forth deception. You get that account right quick, please?
This is the book, Revelation chapter 20, verse 7. And it reads, "And when the 1,000 years are expired,"
right, when the 1,000 years are expired, 1,000 years, speaking of the Dark Ages, right, when you had Jacob in rulership over in the land of Europe, a barren land. Esau was dwelling like a caveman, okay, had no senses about himself, right, but eventually Esau crept into these houses and would try to come into power, which is what you have known as the Renaissance, the rebirth, right? You read it?
so it says, "Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and it's like, and shall go out to deceive the nations."
Right, again, Satan in the Hebrew is Shaitan, meaning adversary, because the devil is adverse to all that is upright. The scripture saying, Habakkuk the 2nd chapter, the 4th verse, that the spirit that is within him is not upright.
That's right.
Okay, so him going out into the earth. Read that verse once more.
This is the book of Revelation chapter 20, verse 8. "And shall go out to deceive the nations."
Right, to deceive the nations. That was his MO that was given unto him by the Lord, was to go out and to deceive the nations. Right? As brothers see, it's an abundant amount of information to this day that you find out about Esau and how he's had a hand in pushing forth all different types of lies and deception that people have pretty much labeled as fact for decades, for generations.
Right, which is why, I always forget, a lot of scholars, I would say the internet was never been created.
Yep, Senator J.
And they said that because, like you said, all this information is there for your getting. And all it is a simple Google. All right, which is why there's been some hold of this info thing, all right, because they lose the narrative for the truth. Okay, this is why they're in talks of regulating the internet. All right, they're saying that, you know, the talking points that's going against Amalek is going to get you jail time. You know, Trump wants to off people and speak against the small hats, man. So this is where we get to because they're being exposed at an all-time high.
Let that brother finish that verse and then you can repeat that.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 28. And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth.
So Esau went through the whole world, as the brother had just read, and saw the wicked spreading themselves as a green bay tree. This nigga has influence in the entire scope of the world. It don't matter wherever you could be. Esau has his hands there, which goes forth to show that Jake that has this mindset, oh, I'm gonna leave America and things are gonna be better. Esau is there. The problem is so long as this devil is in power.
So you know it says Gog and Magog to gather them together to battle.
Right, that battle is near. All right, World War III. You brothers and sisters that have been keeping your watch, you see the stage is being set gradually to lead forth there. How much more the MOD, we understand prophecy, is going to fall in order. Okay? So that's it on that. You got that.
This is my volume Psalms 146, verse 17. It says, he casteth forth his ice like morsels, he can stand before his cold. He sendeth out his word and melted them. He causes wind to blow and the waters flow. And it's pretty much, his word is pretty much casting down the strongholds and imaginations mentioned in 2 Corinthians 2 chapter. Is exposing this devil for pretty much pushing forth the truth, you know?
I got precept. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, and it reads, well, I started verse 1. Well, I jumped out here to verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, if there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
That man is sin.
All right, you know, so this was happening now, man. Right, this man is being revealed. You know, everybody's starting to wake up and see that this man here, that Esau Edom, is so-called the man. Right, he's a culture vulture.
Read that verse one time.
Yep. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 3. It reads, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. In the time of 67 AD, during the time of and also 70 AD. It says, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Who was there back then during the time of 70 AD? The Romans. All right, which house of Edom. All right, and now we live in the revived fourth beast, which was ancient Rome. Okay? So now that man of sin is once more being shown forth to be that son of perdition. Okay? That man verse to the way of existence now.
Verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High.
Right, and this is what this devil is trying to ultimately do, man. All right? His whole system, up until this point, has been fortified upon this idea that there is no Most High. Only he is the one that's the Most High. You hear the talking points at these summits. You hear the talking point at these discussions of how they are trying to set up an NWO, a New World Order, okay? And they're going to bring about this order through chaos. And that chaos is being festered in the earth before us, man, okay? Because goal ultimately is to sit in the place of the Most High. Where does the Most High? Within the brothers, within your sisters, man. Within your spirit, within your body.
The body is the temple.
Exactly. And what is he trying to do? He's trying to insert that implantable device, that digital all, as a mark of submission to the beast system.
All nations knew that, you know, to take us down, they had to attack it.
Yes.
But now the temple is the body of believers in Yahweh Shema Shah. Like you said, now he's trying to put that implantable device within us to defile our temple. He's trying to conquer the Lord's woman.
They're trying to remake in his image.
There you go.
Just like how he's doing with the world. All the bugged out weird shit you see on that's Esau trying to fashion his kingdom and his life instead of the Lord. Right.
Also devouring our food too. Everything on the labels that this is it, but it's not it.
That's it.
Right. But that's the times and seasons that we're in. The Lord is making that inquisition, showing you, because at one point in time, people didn't have the resources and ability to really look into these things to see if it was true or not. Now it's so much abundant information. You got fact checkers, you got this person that's explaining the inner workings of the food processing, you know, all type of different things, man. Everything, man.
Social media has become one of the mainstays of exposure to
Right.
the devil. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all avenues, all people making videos speaking against these people.
That's why they want to control social media.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
You got average people just complaining about these devils.
Continuing on the definition for inquisition, it says, an official investigation, especially of a political or religious nature, characterized lack of regard for individual rights, prejudice on the part of the examiners, and ruthlessly cruel punishments. So what we're about to see, or what we're seeing right now, is people taking no regard for these Edomites' feelings. Right? They've hidden behind these veils of secrecy, right? And they've destroyed the world as a result. So now, regardless of what the consequences may be, are starting to bring more and more about the sins that Esau Edom.
That's right.
Like I said, recklessly punishments is ultimately they're going to serve that drink that cup double, right? As a result of what they've done in the world.
Which is why they're tired of hearing this message and trying to see out this message, because every time they see Israel, they're reminded of that Yahweh Shai has reserved for them.
Precept. This is Wisdom of Solomon. All right. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, and verse. Bear with me. Yeah. This is Wisdom of Solomon 2, and verse 13. I'll read down to the point. It says, he professeth to have knowledge of the Most High, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord.
Right, which is why you're seeing Christians apologists trying to come up against us, because we're complaining that we have the real understanding of the Bible. All right, all the years of you fish trying to break down the scripture, I failed. Right?
It says, Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 13, 2:14, it says, he was made to reprove our thoughts. The point, verse 15, he is grievous unto us, even to behold. For his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion.
Right. But you know that our end is blessed. And that's why they're envious when they see Israel. Man. They know at the back of their mind that the Lord has judgment awaiting them. And what they've done to try to usurp prophecy, nothing has worked. All right, as we go to the example of Project Looking Glass, man, they've tried everything. And the same result is the same. Judgment. All right, your kingdom is going to be bombed to death by the devil. All right, they go back going to captivity for 1,000 years. After 1,000 years, he's going to be done away with.
Basically, that AI was telling them that, you reach bounds that you can't pass. Pursuing the Job, 14?
Yeah.
So that's what the AI kept telling them. Like, look, like you're gonna fall basically. You're not gonna rule. You're not gonna rule forever, because his inward thought is what? That his houses shall continue.
You know that the AI, we had went into this a while back, but you had Elon Musk that pretty much said, look, the AI is demons.
Yeah.
And who do the demons work for? The Heavenly Father.
What is the word demon? It means intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
That shows you that the Most High through that avenue that you know you in.
Right. God, this is Psalms 75 and verse 8. It says, for in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red. It's full of mixture, and he poureth out the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. So pretty much that represents all the judge, all the parts that he doesn't want to face. That's what he wanted to face. The destruction of his kingdom.
The fact that you're going to have the people that you hate with so much passion going over your red ass in the kingdom. That's what they can't fathom. A world where niggas are going to be going over them, bro. That's his fear. John F. Kennedy said that, man. He said, yo, what if when we go there and we find out that God is black? What is that going to mean for us and how we treat his people?
But you got to understand, it's just their spirit. Just like how we're in their kingdom, and we want to see a world that's upright.
Yeah.
This nigga don't want to see that. This whole MO, this shit is paradise. You think this is paradise? Concrete all over the place, seeing people die to death. You got a report that came out where you got white collar workers in the field that are junior bankers, they're dying because of them working 15, 16-hour days. Sleepless nights, man.
You know, this shit is so bad, man. There's been videos of his offing themselves because the work is so strenuous. You know? It's like, you know,
It's a devil.
This nigga not fair, man.
Nah.
So Isaiah 47 in the NLT. It says, "But your daughter of Babylon is sitting in the dust, for your days of sitting on the throne have ended. O daughter of Babylonia, never again will you be the loved princess, tender and delicate. Take heavy millstones and grind flour. Remove your veil and strip off your robe. Expose yourself huge." This is what we're seeing taking place right now, man. Especially, regards to these Edomites, their tongue falling upon themselves, man. It says, "You will be naked and burdened with shame. I will take vengeance against you without pity. Our Redeemer, whose name is Yahweh of heaven's armies, is the Holy One of Israel. O beautiful Babylon, sit now in the darkness and silence. Never again will you be known as the Queen of Kingdoms. For I was angry with my chosen people, punished them by letting them fall into your hands."
Right. You gotta understand that, look, the reason the Lord allowed Babylon to become so great, all right, was the punishment. Because the reason why Babylon was able to be great was off the back from Israel. All right, so everything that we see here is evidence that the Lord had a foot up our ass by these devils, man. But we're at a point now to where these places is gone. It's gone. Ain't no coming back. Ain't no coming up in the ashes, round like a phoenix. That's a fairy tale that you made up, man, in your mind. You know?
It says, "For I was angry with my chosen people and punished them by letting them fall into your hands."
That's a cut too.
Yeah.
Showing you that, look, we were given over to the hands of our enemies.
Right.
This is all through divine circumstances. It wasn't like Esau was just this powerful being. No, it was the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to put us in this condition here.
Yeah, because as the scripture said in Genesis 25, we're naturally in him in all aspects. So when you go into how Esau was able to conquer back to the 40 Seminole War, hey, Reuben was fucking Esau up, but the Lord put the strength in him to keep that one done.
Yep.
It's like, all of the conquistadors, everything was, intervening to help them because naturally they can't take that down. Man.
all them different slave revolts that don't get mentioned of. It wasn't just Nat Turner. Plenty of slave revolts when Esau got his ass destroyed.
What was the one that Haiti or Tucson?
Oh, the French Revolution.
Yeah.
Right? And they used witchcraft on them damn devils.
See?
Levi was doing that too.
Yeah, Levi, But the point is that the Lord was with them for the sake of prophecy.
Right. So when you hear Esau speak on manifest destiny, he's right. Because that was the Lord's will for them to overtake us.
Absolutely. But only for a season.
Exactly. That's the key point right there.
It says, "For I was angry with my chosen people and punished them by letting them fall into your hands."
Right, which is why when you read Psalm 17 and 13, you get to understanding why Esau has the fucking something like that. Because Esau is the sword of the Most High.
But you, Babylon, showed them no mercy. You oppressed even the elders. You said, "I will reign forever as queen of the world." You did not reflect on your actions or think about their consequences.
Man, hey, that's heavy too. Read that again. Just want to add in on that.
So Isaiah 47 and 7 in the NLT. You said, "Reign forever as queen of the world."
Yep.
You did not reflect on your actions or think about their consequences.
Right. You didn't reflect on your actions nor think about those consequences because right now, America didn't consider that it was getting exposed for Satan worship, pedophilia, right? Be the chief of the world when it comes to homosexuality. This shit that's being pushed. That's those wines and philosophies. They didn't consider all of this being exposed and America being looked at as the shame of the world. Shameful spewing, as the scripture says in Habakkuk 2nd chapter. They didn't consider that. That's why everybody's ready to go to war with this place. That's why America is being basically cut out deals.
Yep.
Nobody wants to use the petrodollar no more. The economy is on the verge of collapsing. All these different things that Babylon didn't consider.
Because also add to you, part of that shameful spewing is the type of slavery they did to our people. Which,
Yes.
like countries like Russia and different ones, they throw back in America's face. Which is Saturday, That's why Esau took down all the statues dealing with the slave owners and that. Because they're ashamed of that history.
Exactly.
Because they understand from Revelation 13, 9 and 10, they got to pay.
That's it. And then, Slocky, go ahead.
Saying, he that goes into captivity shall go with it.
There you go. And then it came out that majority slave owners, these plantation owners, were Jewish.
Exactly. The ones that funded the ship to get over here was so-called, ish. So your hand, the puppet master has been revealed, man.
That's it.
You kept this funny, this small hat too.
That's it. Man. That's it. That's it. That's it. Was that Obadiah? Yep. That's it, man.
That's it. Let's go ahead and get into this. We're going to go into the topic of the AIPAC committee, right? We go into how their dealings within the political space of American diplomacy is pretty prevalent. For AIPAC, listen.
So this is from Wikipedia dealing with AIPAC. So it says AIPAC is the American Israel Public Affairs Committee. It says it is a pro-Israel lobbying group that advocates its policies to legislative and executive branches of the United States.
Right, so pretty much this public affair committee, PR team, right, they're pretty much responsible for lining the pocket of politicians to pretty much come and address their concerns and issues.
Yeah.
Right? But really what it is that they're lining the pockets of these politicians to enforce their control.
Yeah.
Okay? These politicians, they're set up and they're put under a gag order to do their bidding at the guys they're giving money and funding to do whatever they want to aspire as congressmen, or whatever they do. Okay? And we're going to go into the article touching on that point of how the origin of this lobby came to be. Was it more on that definition?
I don't see real quick too. There was an Israelite woman, Judite woman. This is probably about 7-8 years ago. Let's let this pass. We'll let this pass real quick. Saying it was this Judite woman, she was a part of Congress. I want to say this had to be at least like 7-8 years ago. Got her name, but she brought it out, and they basically tried to keep it under. She brought it out, and she said basically Congress was bought and paid for by Amalek. And like you were just saying, all the congressmen, politicians, they're paid by Amalek to forward the agenda of Amalek. They don't speak against them, man.
Everything's pro-Israel.
Everything is pro, though, man, and that's for a reason.
It's an article from the Cambridge University Press, and it's entitled "The Edge of the Abyss: Origins of the Israel Lobby, 1949 through 1954."
Right, and then you made the point last night about how you had the Balfour Declaration, you had the establishment of the Israeli state in 1948. Esau was adamant to try and tongue, right, to be able to control the narrative. Right, that's why the script about his tongue, right? The ability to him being able to control the media.
This is Psalm 73. Right, here's a good one speaking about his tongue. This is Psalm 73 in verse 9. And it reads, it says, they set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth.
Right, they set their mouth to heaven and their tongues walking through the earth. Right? This devil is adverse to the Most High. Right? And through his media, he's been able to fortify himself throughout the planet as being a victim, right? And not being the root of the problem. Because here at GMS Charlotte, we have the saying, we look at the root of the problem as opposed to the fruit of the problem. Our people focus on the fruit instead of the root. Amalek is the root problem of a lot of these issues. And he utilized that tongue, that media, to be able to push forth his agenda, to be able to control the narrative of what's right and what's wrong.
I got two. This is Psalms chapter 55, because Rose mentioned pretty much how the devil talks with like a forked tongue, words and stuff. Go back to something that you can use two ways, But this is Psalm chapter 55 and verse 21. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Hey, pretty much how he speaks, you know, what he puts in his policies, he puts it in a way that's going to put him in an advantageous position, because that means puts him in an advantage.
And if I can add too, reread that verse once more.
Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Right, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. Here it is, you had not a Jew. He came before Congress, what was it, about a month ago? And he's trying to appeal to congressmen and congresswomen. Look, we need your word. Please help us. Please, we can't keep doing this on our own. But at the end of the day, these devils are literally weaponized and pushing that machine, that war machine, man. Because at the end of the day, Psalms 140 talks how Esau is a war mother.
I have one more after this too. It's Psalms 55 and 21, the latter. It says, his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Because pretty much he speaks, you know, he comes in a humble fashion, you know, as if he wants to be on your side, but truthfully, he's looking for. I got another one because the brother mentioned the root of the issue is fruit, but this is Jeremiah 12 and verse 1. It says, righteous art thou, I plead with thee, yet let me talk with thee of thy judgments. Wherefore doeth the wicked prosper? Wherefore are they happy that deal very treacherously? Thou hast planted them, yeah, they have taken root. They grow, yeah, they bring forth fruit. There are near in their mouth and fall from their rank. Pretty much this devil is the power of the Job 9:24. Earth is given to the hand of the wicked. You know, pretty much they're planted. So that's specifically the problem is the planet Earth.
This is Sirach 12, and I'm starting at verse 16. It says, an enemy sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will wink with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with words. As to what we're talking about, these devils, right? These lawmakers bring forth laws, they'll say it's pushing. I think be good in this society. It's all, you know, advantageous. Because as you're seeing the thing possible, especially now what they're pushing, it's all the beneficial law. It's not helping the American people, especially not helping Jacob. They know that, look, they're trying to establish a new world order. And all those that stand in relation to it is the enemy, which the main one is the Israelite, which is why you have a little video from that councilwoman in Israel explaining how
the black youth
are the problem. And what black people are talking about? They're talking about the average nigga you see walking up and down the street. They're talking about the Jake that's waking up, you know? Because they see that that's a problem, all right? You got a lot of these, especially these young Jake, that know they're Israel now. They ain't going for them. That's the main ones on social media calling these damn people out. They see a lot of these Jake walking up on these smart heads. You ain't the real Jew, I am.
That's it. Yeah, real talk. I got something real quick to add in there about the mouth. There's another precept. Revelation. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13, in verse 5, and it reads, it says, and there was given him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. And power was given unto him to continue 42 months, right? So it says in my sword here, to exercise authority. So pretty much this whole Babylon system, this American system is what rules the world. See, but through his mouth, it said it was given unto him a mouth speaking great things. It's his mouth tied to what? His media, his policies that he pushes throughout the earth, his unjust decrees, nations. You see? It's all tied to that mouth.
Just to back you up. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 58. I'm going to start at verse 3. And it reads, the wicked, and who is the wicked? Esau and Edom, the so-called white man. It says, are estranged from the womb. They go astray soon as they be born, speaking lies. That's why you can't trust this devil, man. Everything that he says, you know, you should never, I have to tell you, to never trust your enemy. Everything that he puts out there is a damn lie. And he, you know, question. And pretty much, you know, the whole world is starting to wake up to his shit.
Yeah. Hey, like Tasmak said, not to cut you off. But hey, if he lied about this, if he lied about the Messiah's name and how he actually looked, right, you got to question every goddamn thing. Yeah. What else did he lie about?
That's right.
Right.
I forgot what brother said this, but we're at a point now. You got to question everything white.
Yeah, you got. Hey.
Let's say you can walk. You got to question that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So if he did this, what else the hell he lied about?
Right. That's right. Yep. Psalm 58 and verse 4, and it reads, their poison And that poison goes back to their philosophy, man. Yep, their tongue. It says it's like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth the ear. You know, so you pretty much shouldn't take anything that over here says, take anything that he says seriously, man.
He speaks poison.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nothing that he says is good for our people.
Yeah.
You know, good for life, especially not Jake, man.
Yeah.
Right. Just consider the serpent in the garden.
That's right.
Right? The serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field.
Yeah.
That devil is still here in this earth to this very day. Pushing forth that subtle, poison to the masses of the people. You know?
That leads to death.
Exactly. That's why we see the culture of the earth and how it's the state that it's in right now. We always look to the root cause. It's Esau. This nigga is the problem of all of these issues that we see that are present in the earth right now. That's right.
A hidden hand.
God.
Hey, can you look that up? The definition, bring that out too. You got it up.
Hidden hand?
Yeah, hidden hand. See what that says.
Back to the Congress, just a little tidbit. The annual salary for the Congress is $170,000. And that was 2019, so you know they're lying.
No, because you got individuals where they have it's this page called Unusual Whales, where you got people that day trade and all they do is just look at politicians. They look trade, they look at all that they doing. Because you got individuals like Nancy Pelosi, right? She'll have millions of dollars in trades. A lot of the politicians do inside trading, but they're not held to the standard like somebody would be if they work in financial.
Yeah, they got insight that they're getting that normal average person don't get. And if they found out that you know they had that, they would get got.
And their pockets are they're rolling in though. You had Chief Justice the dude he looked like a Jake, but I think he's one of the Supreme Court justices. But the evidence has been coming out about this dude. His pocket's been getting crazy long. Yachts, kids getting put through school, $1 million donors, you know, just adding to you, brother. You know, these people, they get way more money. They get hush money. Clarence Thomas, gone, yo.
That definition of the hidden hand, it says an unknown force or influence believed to be the cause of certain, often unfortunate events.
Reread those one.
Yep. Hidden hand says an unknown force or influence believed to be the cause, the cause of certain, often unfortunate events.
Right, the cause, often unfortunate events. Every problem that pops up, Amalek is like Where's Waldo, right? There'll be a building blown up, children dead on the streets, sex trafficking ring, you know, drugs being pushed. There was an article that came out a while back about how J.P. Morgan, they had boats, cocaine on it.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola, that infrastructure is the only company that can actually bring in cocaine to this very day.
Hey, you had the founding fathers of America, you know, the president, as well as, you know, guys Andrew Carnegie, you say J.P. Morgan and guys like that. They are hand in hand with the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and all that. They'll push forth a lot of this destructive ass philosophy that we see being practiced today.
Exactly, but that's that hidden hand.
Yeah.
See, because everybody is looking at Trump, everybody's looking at Kamala, everybody's looking at Barack. No, the actual people that are behind the curtain, the hidden hand, those are the people that are really influencing.
Right.
Because if you brothers and sisters have time, we talked about this last night, go on YouTube, it's this Edomite whose page is Johnny Harris, and you'll see there's a video called Deep State. What is the Deep State? Guy does an extensive breakdown on the introduction to the CIA, right? Now, if you have any understanding of the CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency, you understand that it's deeply connected beyond the measure of what people see in the public eye.
Yeah,
and that connection, it runs deep into Amalek.
Yeah.
What do you have deeply connected to CIA is Mossad. Mossad is the central, is pretty much the equivalent of the CIA for Amalek.
Like I say, because the CIA, they fund all these terrorist groups you see out here, cartels, what's the shit in Afghanistan?
Terrorists.
ISIS and the other one, Al Qaeda.
Yep.
You know, all these, they're all CIA funded, man.
Yep.
They're trained, bred, brought up. But another good thing to check out too for those that are aware of it, on Rumble is the 3-part docu-series called Who is Amalek? All right, and they go into the inner workings of what these devils have done behind the scene. All right, who was behind the CVID, the jab, all right, the demic, all right, World War I, World War II, and these different things going. Amalek is spearheading all that shit, man. So Esau is exposed all the way throughout. And just to give you that reference, this is an example of somebody. So this is Evelyn Rothschild. He's going down the list of what he, what his family is responsible for.
I just want to make a point. With the CIA, you watch that video, the dude, there's a quote from one of the agents. He was pretty much saying that with these people that are here on the forefront, that are trying to come into the mix and quote unquote solve problems, he said, we'll be here long after y'all. But he's really saying, without so many words, that look, the control is not the people that you see in the forefront.
No, they're puppets. They're puppets. There's a hidden hand behind everything you see out here, bro.
Yep.
They have that term shadow government, the black pope. It's niggas that's in the background that you don't know about that's running the show. That's why you have the elite. You don't see them on everyday stroll, man. These niggas are in the cut, doing their business behind the curtain.
That's why Elder Apostle Gabar said one of the main power, the main power that the elites had was
Exactly.
Now we're at a point of what the elites being revealed.
Yeah.
So that where it's dwindling.
And a good representation of that in a visual when you watch the Wizard of Oz. All right, when you see the man behind the curtain, that's talking about the elites.
That's the hidden hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
On this Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Right. So if you look at Ephesians 6 and 12 in the Geneva Bible translation.
So Ephesians 6 and 12 in the Geneva Bible, it reads, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the worldly governors.
Right, the worldly governors. These worldly governors push this alternative media. They push this alternative culture, right? Principalities that are contrary to the way the Lord said for things to be set in order. Okay? Because when you go into government, govern meaning control, meaning mind, mente meaning mind, water. So you go into that, it pretty much means mind control. So what we're wrestling against is the control over the minds of the people to accept principalities that are adverse to the Lord. All right? The way how this world is operating is adverse to the Lord. And it's due to these
Ephesians 6 and 12 in the Geneva Bible reads, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, and against the worldly governors.
The worldly governors are the problem of these issues that are prevalent.
The princes of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness which are in the high places.
Right, against spiritual wickedness that are within the high places. See, when you go into the inner workings of this system, as brothers was touching on, the elites, they ducked off somewhere carrying out a bunch of wickedness to forward their agenda, to forward their hegemony, man. And now we're in that age of exposure where the Lord is making it abundantly clear that these are the things that the Bible speaks. So we go ahead and get your precept, brother.
Con, I looked up shadow government on Wikipedia, and it says the shadow government, also referred as the cryptocracy, secret or invisible government, is a family of theories based on it that real and actual political power resides not only with publicly elected representatives, but with private individuals who are exercising power behind the scenes.
Right, exercising power behind the scenes. Okay, that's where the real power lies, man. All right? So what you see these people out here that are being quote-unquote elected, no, they're being selected, man. Okay, they're being chosen to be the forefront, or so to speak, the puppet of the puppeteer.
Yeah, the figurehead that are in the public, they're not the true ones running the show. So like you said, the politicians, Chuck, Mahler, you see Elon, you see Bill Gates, Hill. None of these niggas are really operating on volition. They all have a hand in their back.
Right. That's why they're able to have these quote-unquote beefs and differences of opinions of governments, but yet they can come together in kumbaya and have a whole summit meeting like they don't have people of their own nation dying. Because at the end of the day, they're all submitting themselves to the will of these elites, man.
Like you brought out last night, they all have these APAC
handlers, right? There was a video of this guy, he did an interview with Tucker Carlson, and he pretty much saying that when he went up to the White House and he would address these certain concerns, the congressman and congresswoman would say, let me get back to you, I gotta speak to my APAC person. And that's called them. They would call them their APAC person. You gotta see that, you gotta post that video. They would call them an APAC person. Because these people that they're dealing with, they're the ones that are telling them if they can greenlight something or not. They're handlers. You know? So if your politicians have handlers, that gives credence to what we're discussing today, which is that Amalek has control of American diplomacy, which is why the American society is so adamant to push forth the agenda does. Why America is so adamant to defend Israel.
That's right.
You know?
Celebrities too. Them celebrities, they handle.
Yeah, they're locked in.
They locked in with the J002. There's an article that came out 2 days ago. Kanye West was talking to Owens, and he told Candace Owens that his handler, the bald-headed Amalekite, I forgot his name, caught him reading the Bible, and he said that the Amalekite beat the shit out of him.
Are you talking about his trainer?
Yeah, his trainer. Yeah. He said that.
That's nuts.
And also, you had, just to show you, Candace Owens, she interviewed Andrew and Tristan Tate. There was exposed Esau too, dealing with the child trafficking and whatnot. And then not too long ago, they got their house raided. Now, their brothers heard speaking out against Amalek. Now they're all getting blasted on Twitter.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and get more time.
Yeah, a little bit more.
On that list.
It says, according to this belief, the official elected government is subvariant to the shadow government, which is the true executive power.
Right, that is the true executive power, man. That's where the real conversations are had that to people's day-to-day lives, man.
Well, that sounds like you want.
You see that, brother?
You know, it says some of the groups proposed by these theories as constituting the shadow government include central banks, Freemasons, communists. I don't know if I can use this N-word.
Yeah, the hit was
The Rothschild intelligence agencies, think tanks, organized the Vatican, Jesuits, or Catholics in general, as well as secret societies, Mayanite interests, extraterrestrials, and global elites, and supernatural organizations who seek to manipulate policies in their own interest or in order to serve a large agenda that is hidden from the public.
So to sum everything up, the shadow government is these different organizations that you see, like you make mention of, that are the true think tanks and the hands that run society. They're the ones that tell you what to believe, what to think, how you can act. All these things are orchestrated by these guys right here.
Back in Cambridge University Press, The Edge of the Abyss, The Origins of the Israel Lobby, 1949 to 1954. Just jumping down, it says here, after the 1950s, to rebuke Israel was tantamount to opposing American Jewry and even Jews. The events of the early and middle 1950s foretold the long weakness of American Jewish criticism of Israel.
But at the end of the day, this is why when you hear people speak out against the small hat, you're instantly labeled the term anti-Semite.
Yeah.
Because that was the code word that pretty much, threw on anybody that questioned the authority of Israel.
Yeah. If I may add, there's a saying out there, the people that you can't speak against are the people.
Exactly.
It says, with the keenest supporters of Israel in the United States, the greatest hold of support for Israel in the world, still by supporting Israel regardless of what events might transpire. Later developments would produce new Middle Eastern realities that held the capacity to disrupt the political patterns and cultural negotiations forged in the new state's early years. So going into how this APAC was pretty much designed in order to influence America's political dealings, right? And however they carry out throughout the earth, it had to be with Israel in mind. You know, so whatever Israel's doing, like it said, regardless of what transpires in regards to Israel, so Israel pretty much has free reign to do as they please. That's why now the Jew makes it these routine visits over here to pretty much establish what his plans are going forward.
Right, and politics.
No, I just want to make a quick point. That's why the former prime minister of Israel, he said that America must be prepared to fight those wars. So he's pretty much, in a lack of better words, he's telling America, look, you're going to be drawn into this war between Iran and Israel. At least the flock should draw them out.
And if you don't, you have these nukes ready to send over you. Dealing with the sanctions.
Off national news, it says UN experts demand sanctions, arms embargoes against Israel for crimes against humanity. So what we're seeing is the beast hating the horde, man. You know, because Israel and America are in unity, man. But what they're moving, according, is pretty much contrary to what the UN and NATO agree with, man.
Yep.
There's dozens of independent United Nations human rights experts are calling on UN members and states to immediately review all diplomatic, political, economic ties with Israel, inclusive of businesses, finance, funds, academia, and charities over its continued actions in Gaza. So, as you see what's going on over there in Gaza, what we're about to start seeing happening in regards to, right, all these nations are looking at Israel with the side eye because they're constantly in violation of human rights acts. Right?
Exactly.
Right. Even at the UN Council, if I'm not mistaken, they brought Israel up on a war crime, or at least not a Jew. You know?
Yeah, he has many charges against him. And this is why they're continually pushing forward with the war, because the moment that there's some peace, he has to go to the world court and face all that. He's not going to do it.
Let's go ahead and get into let's go ahead and get into the article. Because this going to show forth even more understanding of the control, the depths of control that this devil has over these politicians. We're going to go into an account that's happened recently where you had a Congresswoman, Cori Bush. She recently got the plug pulled on her because she spoke out against these people. Go ahead and get it.
It says, White House slams Bush for threatening AIPAC to tear your kingdom down.
Right, now, going to what she was quoting, she's quoting a gospel song, which the gospel song says, Satan, we're going to tear your kingdom down. And who is this devil? Right? He is the devil that the Bible speaks of. He is Satan. All right, he is adverse to the natural order. He's adverse to life.
Right. Then you read Revelation 12 about how you might get that real quick with come on with these different words.
This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. It says, Therefore rejoice ye in heavens, and ye that dwell. Go to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Look at that word devil.
The word for devil, and it says G12:28. It says slanderous, accusing.
Slander, accusing falsely, man.
It says metaphorically applied to a man who, by opposing the cause of the Most High, he said to act with the part of the devil or to side with him.
Right, to side with him is that physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, man. Right, walking adverse, accusing our brethren, man. Right, he's going out throughout the entire world. Read that. Read all these ones. Because we're in that time where this devil he's being exposed, man. Whether he wants to be exposed or not. He can't. Habakkuk 2:4 tells us that the spirit within him is not upright. He can't turn the cart any other way because this is who he is. He just true to himself.
He's showing he weak.
Yeah.
He's showing you who he God is. Man.
Right, he's doubling down on Satan. He's doubling down on pedophilia. He's doubling down on all of this wickedness, man.
Right.
And you simple-minded niggas out there are acting like, oh, nah, he cool. He ain't that's not all. No, the whole house of Edom is going to be done away with. Okay? Whether it's from the biggest top dog of the house of Edom down to the most insignificant average day Edomite that you see, all of their ass is wicked, man.
I get some back off the point.
Come.
Revelation 12 and 12, the word from devil says metaphorically applied to a man by opposing the cause of the Most High.
Right. What is the cause of the Most High? The cause of the Most High is to push forth righteousness, to push law, statutes, and commandments, His decrees in the earth, for all creation to acknowledge His ways. Okay? But He's opposed to that. He's set in His ways that look, nah, the Most High ways ain't good. I need to create GMOs. I need to create artificial intelligence. I need to create everything that's augmented and shifts the narrative Lord has made and said was good.
Maybe said to act the part of the devil or to side with him.
And that's what he's done. He's sided, he's made his stake, right? And pushing forth Satanism, pushing forth an anti-Hamashiach culture.
It's the biblical commentary for Revelation 12 and 12. It says, with the understanding that Esau is the physical counterpart of Satan in the world, right? It says Satan's power is real and terrifying, but not because he is triumphant, but because he knows he is beaten and has a short time left. He is like a wounded, cornered animal that fights ferociously.
Not how Amalek is acting.
Yeah, right.
They see that time is short. This is why they're going full-fledged outward with that Satanism. All right, they're bringing this new world order.
Yep.
Push forward this, one world currency, one world religion, one world government, because they know that they're out there with sin.
Yeah, and the other side too, he's pushing up laws where you can't talk about them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't speak about certain issues, censorship, misinformation, that whole, spill.
You remember what happened with the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League,
Right.
with Greenblatt. He was over here, oh, we're losing the narrative. This young generation, they on TikTok and they over here, they not believing what we saying. How is it that we're going to be able to counter these arguments where you got all of this substantial evidence that's coming out speaking against us? Like you had said earlier, Zaquan, they're trying to clip the social media. They're trying to clip any voice that's outside of their narrative.
Yeah, because what this is doing is influencing the mind to break free that spirit they throw at them.
Right? All through the Holy Spirit, starting with the prophets, man.
Strongholds.
The strongholds being broken. 2 Corinthians, the 10th chapter.
Continuing on, it says, Satan might give up his against the Most High and humanity made in the Most High's image, except for the fact that he is utterly depraved and probably insane in some way. Satan may have deceived even himself into he has a chance.
Right.
He exactly has done that.
That's on point.
This nigga thinks he's gonna go to the board and actually win. That's an insane thought to even process through your mind.
Yeah, he thinks get rid of the nation of Israel. Hey, what did he tell Jeremiah? He said if heaven and earth pass away, roughly paraphrasing, then I'll do away with the nation of Israel. It's not happening.
He can search the depths of the ocean.
Yep.
And pretty much the moon pretty much go away. He can do it. But really what he's trying to do essentially is remove the essence of the Lord from the earth. You're not going to be able to do that.
Proverbs 18, 7. Lips are his soul.
That's all it
That's
takes.
the precept.
That's all it takes. Hey, he's speaking his Russian. He's going to get this into a fall. Right? Because like I said, what you're saying is vain words. The Lord is not going. The Lord has yours written before America was even accepted. Before you was even put in the seat, you was already written loose. So how the hell do you think you're going to usurp that?
That's it. Yeah, it tells you, as the Spirit, did you say that? 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, from the first verse all the way to verse 9.
Yeah.
Before the creations were created, for the heavens, the chimneys were hot above, it tells you. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of Apollo.
Hey, when you came out the womb, Jacob was pulling your heel. All right, let know from the jump, man.
Romans 9.
From the
9
jump,
and
hey,
11.
you was going to be pulled out of power. All right, the elder shall serve the younger.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so you were meant to win, Esau. You just got lost, all right, in your power. You got drunk power and you forgot, all right? And they say in the world, you started to bite the hand that fed you.
I got that precept.
You got it.
Romans chapter 9 and verse 11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil.
That's the cut right there. The children not yet being born having either done good or evil.
Yep.
So what does that mean? Predestination.
Yep.
Let's talk about Esau and Jacob. Go ahead.
That the purpose of the Most High, according to election, might stand.
Yeah, and Jacob was the elect. Israel was the chosen nation. It was already predetermined, predestinated, man. All right?
Still identities. You can, lie to our people, let them know everything but who they are, but doesn't change policy.
Yes.
Because the Willie Lynch never told you that, man. And there's going to be a time to where the people are going to remember themselves and then you lie to them.
It says in the latter, not of works, but of him that calleth. 6:30. So ultimately, it's the will of the Lord, man.
Prophecy. The thing is prophecy. And what they're doing, even them fighting back, goes to prophecy.
Yep.
You can't escape it.
Right. Because keep reading into this chapter. Matter of fact, if I could just jump down, we spoke about how they're going to fight back. This is Romans chapter 9 and verse 17. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
Yeah. Because the Most High raised you up for the same purpose that he raised Pharaoh. Show you his power. So nothing that you've done was of your own volition, like I said earlier, because they all serve the purpose to magnify the Lord's name. So you were put up as the being of God on earth. So when the Lord destroys this place in your kingdom, that great hump show that no God is greater than the God of Israel. Right. How about Shemiah Shah's name is going to be unified over the whole earth? Man.
Right. And if I can add, priest, these idols, really, they're all falling under the banner of Esau Edom.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because Esau Edom, he is the hammer of the earth. He won that. I was watching the Algo series that the Elder Ariella does. He was going in, it was like a map showing like how extensive America's military might is. And it was like, damn, like there's no way that these people can actually like come against this type of power structure. It's too deeply woven, to where like you were saying, priest is gonna give credence that Yahweh Bashim Shai is the one that broke this system down. Because the prophets have been breaking those strongholds. When you go to the word strongholds, it goes into a fortress. So his walls are being broken down. The very means that Esau has relied upon as we're discussing this whole sermon was the deception. But now argument is being countered through the Holy Spirit by the prophets.
Go on in.
Go next one. That article.
It says the White House condemned as inflammatory a pledge by Missouri Representative Cori Bush to AIPAC that she would tear your kingdom down, implying that heated rhetoric like hers required political violence.
Right, now this is an Amalekite media outlet, right? So of course the narrative, how they're trying to spin it, is the super narrative, right? That she's crazy.
Right.
Right? But when you go into more, when you get the understanding of this congresswoman, she was under AIPAC's rule.
Right.
Because she's quoted saying that there's no strings on it, right? Free, right? Again, going to show you that, look, you don't gotta believe. Like our elders and apostles tell us, go do the research for yourself, man. This is a woman that's involved in the political space that's telling you that strings attached to her, showing you she was not operating on her own volition. She's not the only one. Because,
I was going to add, AIPAC, they control both sides. Right, so they're funding, Democrats and Republicans.
If I'm not mistaken, AIPAC, I think they're dealing with the Democratic project, but still, like you were saying, they deal with both sides. At the end of the day, with Brother Revelation, where it speaks about Revelation 13.
Yeah, Revelation 13 and 11.
Revelation chapter 13,
Like,
verse
first of all,
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13. And I'm going to read verse 11. It reads, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb."
Right, now this beast that's coming out of the earth, the revived fourth beast. Alright, that fourth beast, when you read Daniel the 7th, was the ancient Roman Empire, which is now revived in this time in America, Babylon the Great, NATO, and the EU. Okay? And read it.
Romans chapter 13, verse 11.
Shit, laced with fat.
"And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon."
Right, the two horns, speaking of the bipartisan system that you see that's implemented in America, it's quote-unquote democracy, right? And again, as we're discussing, Amalek has his hands in this, okay? That's why where draconian measures are about to be instituted, and it goes back to Amalek, okay? He has his hand in these issues, okay? The draconian measures, that's him speaking as a dragon. They're preparing to institute laws and legislation to try and bring about no alternative voices.
Right.
No speech that is outside of their narrative.
Yep.
Okay, so that they can ultimately institute what? That evil device. The hour of temptation, the MOTB, the MARK of the beast.
Says involving the agreement or cooperation of two political parties that usually hold each other's policy.
Exactly. Because these guys, they're the same people. They'll go back and forth, tit for tat, but then they go ahead and have lunch afterward. Play golf together, because that's what you had. You had them two senile fucks at the presidential debate, Trump and Biden, and they're like, "Well, my golf swing is better than you. We can go to par 18." Like, what the fuck?
Right.
Here it is. We talk serious matters, and y'all niggas talking about playing golf on the next weekend
But
to
that's
see
what
whose
it
golf
shows.
swing better.
That would show you, because even on a higher level, when you look at the world stage, they're still parties. Putin, the other leaders, you know, they all were bred, all right, to be who they are due to when they have a call young leaders, you know. Klaus Schwab was going into how they grew these guys to be these sports. They all play for the same team. Young globally.
Going back to the article, it says Bush, a member of Squad, or Cory Bush, a member of the Squad, a group of far-left Democrats that is harshly critical of Israel, lost a caucus primary on Tuesday in St. Louis County prosecutor Wesley Bell. Political Action Committees allied with the American Israel Public Affairs Committee spent more than $9 million against Bush, making the election the third this cycle in which they have supported successful challenges to incumbents seen as hostile to Israel.
Right, so these devils, they line the pockets of these politicians, and they're able to sway the tide of who's going to step into that lot to carry out their will politically, man. Okay? You Jake's got to start to see the big picture, man. As you see on the forefront that you get angry at, Donald Trump, Kamala, Joe Biden, that's insignificant, man. The ones that need to look at, it's a saying in the world, follow the dollar. These people are lining these politicians' pockets to carry out their agendas.
What it is, all they're doing is vying to be put in that seat to represent them.
Yes.
That's like you read in Kings about, you know, the council that happened in heaven. That's kind of like what we're seeing them do out here today. They're trying to make themselves, like, let me be the one to bring forth the thing.
Right, because speaking of Kamala, right, she has been like seen as like, oh, she's going to be the one that's going to step in. Now, moreover, you see how this narrative has always been pushed towards you call blacks, Latino, Native Americans, that it would be selfish if politicians were to instate laws and legislation that benefited you solely. Kamala Harris asked that question, was, oh, do you think that she won't be able to do anything for black people? She said, I can't do anything for black people. I can't just help black people.
Sign the fucking bill for Israel.
Right, for the Iron Dome, David Sling, right? Billions of dollars, just like that at the snap of a dime.
Everybody.
Snap.
Don't do anything anyway, but we still have to curse.
Exactly, but you know that just goes to show forth that Jake, this is not your rest.
Yes.
These devils ain't gonna change.
Yeah, they know.
That,
It's like, go ahead.
no, it's like,
No, they know how to get on check. Once again, they put another so-called blackface, brownface in office. Niggas don't even know what Kamala does or what she's done.
Or where she's been.
Or where she's been.
She can't even answer a simple question. You know, brothers been sharing that video when they ask, what's your solution to inflation? This bitch just recited the definition of inflation, and that was her answer. So, as we've been saying, now they're talking about how she's been ducking the debates with Trump. Because she really don't know what she's doing. Sure, because what is that if she gets in office, the one that's going to be calling the shots is her husband.
Is it?
Which is smart.
It's the perfect plan. You see? Because Kamala is plant, man.
Thank you.
She was groomed for that position, you know, to carry out the orders of the small hats, man.
Because Elder Yasawamo brought out a great point. When you watch it, the DNC, they had the dude from Scandal as a speaker for them. And when you watch that show, what was that? It was the Iraq president with the black woman as his aide. That's essentially what they're doing with them. All right? So, like you said, she's a plant. Because he, behind the scenes, is pushing forth all this bullshit. Her running mate, another small hat. He's advocating for the torpedoes to get, they free, man. Yep. So she's more than just a figurehead they're using to push them.
They always have a small hat as their aide or in the background. Same thing with Trump.
Right.
He had what's the guy named Jared Kushner or something like that? Mm-hmm. That was Trump's aide, and then like you said, Obama. They always got a J-ish Amalekite behind them. You know, you got it.
This is from Mayor Michelle Rothschild or Mayor Michelle Bauer. It says, "Let me issue and control a nation's money, and I care not who writes the laws."
Right. And what you have is Federal Reserve Bank, which is a private bank, which stems back set up throughout all different countries across the world. Right. Okay? Control is in the dollar. The legislation, people bend over for $1 real quick, man. Real quick. These politicians, they don't give a fuck about their agenda because it's all Amalek at the end of it.
Which is why these people are not true judges. Yeah. Because when you go into the tenets of what makes us true judges, there's laws in our laws about how a judge is not supposed to take us. And like you said, you can buy these motherfuckers cheap.
Yeah.
You know?
This whole is based off corruption.
Yeah. This why I said this is the land board of ethics. Law is factual.
Got another quote from his son, Mayor Rothschild. It said, "Who controls the insurance of money controls the government." It says, Bush elected in 2020 told followers that after her defeat that they had radicalized her and said the groups that brought her down should be afraid. Nothing that happens in my life that happens in vain, she said, saying she would no longer be bound by the conventions of being a congresswoman. And let me say this, Pat, I'm coming to tear your kingdom down. The phrase tear your kingdom down is in the title of a gospel hymn popularized by Julius Caesar. In that song, the phrase is addressed to Satan and describes an array of church figures who will participate in the bringing him down.
Right, so let's start with that. Because that's pretty much the end of right? It's at its end, man. Alright? And the one that
the preachers will be part of the ones that bring him down.
Right, and who are the true preachers? The prophets, the elect. Right, the ones that have that song, okay? That are singing the correct song, the correct note, okay? Because this is literally bringing down the hegemony of our enemy.
What's one of the first steps in doing that is identifying who Satan is, which you were seeing throughout the world. Everybody's beginning to identify this man as Satan. You have America, Russia calls this place the Great Satan. All right, these people look at these damn smart, they know it's Satan. You know, so everybody is beginning to realize who this man is. He's the devil the Bible speaks of. And we're all witnessing his downfall. And it's all beginning with exposure. Thinking how Hashem Shai, according to the second Thessalonians 2 and 9, he's going to pretty much destroy them with the brightness of his coming.
It says, in that song, the phrase is addressed to Satan and describes an array of church figures who will participate in bringing him down.
Yep, those participants are the men. First and foremost, Yahweh Hashem outside, who has been given us the songs to sing. You know, this is not of men, but this is of the Most High. So we give all praise to Yahweh Hashem outside to be able to partake in this, man. You know, that's pretty much it. Nobody's had any. Hey, with Lord willing, you brothers and sisters were edified through the Holy Spirit. All right, we'll close out giving all praise, all honor, and all glory. Double honors be unto the apostles and the elders and great millstone that taught us this truth and rule well.
Right.
Peace, blessings, and mercy to the house of David. She always say shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.